Psalm 69 verses 8 through 12 says, I've become estranged from my brothers and an alien to my mother's sons. For zeal for your house has consumed me, and the reproaches of those who reproach you have fallen on me. When I wept in my soul with fasting, it became my reproach. When I made sackcloth with my clothing, I became a byword to them. Those who sit in the gate talk about me, and I am the song of the drunkards. Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 6-month reading plan through the book of Psalms, today's reading is Psalm 69 verses 18 through 20, and I encourage you to read that passage. Well, from verse 8 forward, it becomes clear that David is now prophesying about Christ as well as living it in his own life. And this estrangement happens sometimes in families when a person becomes convinced of his desire to serve God in Christ. Now, I remember when I was in Schweinfurt West Germany that my chaplain and I spoke one day. And I don't remember the full conversation or even why we got into the conversation, but I do remember this. We were talking about a life-changing situation. It seems that a young man had trusted Christ and had a dramatic turnaround in his life. He went from drinking and carousing and without having direction in his life. And then he trusted Christ and his life was completely changed. It became clear he was on the right path. Whether it was a career in the army or a career in the civilian world, he now had meaning in his life, and he wrote a number of letters home and discussed this with his parents. They became so concerned that they called, at least that's my recollection, it may have been written, but they still called or wrote the commander and expressed to him that they worried that he'd gotten himself into some kind of cult or other mind-warping situation. His family was all for him when he had no direction. His family was supportive when he was just like them. When he changed, they became worried and he became a reproach to them. The last verses in Romans chapter 1 tell us that not only do sinners want to sin, but they also want company when they sin. Now, this is a natural environment. They do not want to do something alone, but it rather makes it better on them if they do it with someone else. This family's son had changed for the better, but he was no longer like his family, and so he became a watchword of derision. We cannot expect to receive any other treatment than that which Christ received. When we are living a life that is focused on him, Satan will attack us, sometimes through those who are closest to us. But we are to stay strong. We are to glorify Christ in all we do. And if you would like a PDF copy of this entire reading plan, please send an email to phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.